And it's finally here, but it seems like every week's been just huge, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger for you guys.
It has and it does. I mean, it is here, and it's two top 10 teams, and that's awesome for everybody in the Pac-10 and everybody in Eugene. I think it's neat that the game is going to have that kind of importance. And we've had a good opportunity to prepare. Simply, I'm playing Michigan early, playing Cal. We've had some big games, and our team has done a great job of focusing one game at a time. And I'm certain that we'll do the same thing this week.
Five-time Pac-10 champs. I mean, just how big this is to have them back home, and just you lost 3 in a row to them, and just kind of the possibilities of what this game brings for you guys.
Well, it's just the opportunity to stay in the conference race, and I think that's the biggest motivation, and all the rest of it is sort of gravy. I think you can't rely on anything beyond that. I mean, because there's a lot of football left, and it's a crazy season in that regard. So, our goal is to play our best football game and to be an opportunistic football team. I think that we answered a challenge last week, and we found ways, for the most part, with the exception of coming up a half yard short at Cal, of answering the bell. So the Trojans are a very, very talented football team. Probably the best accumulation of talent that we'll have played this year, or certainly that we've played this year. Maybe we'll play the entire year. But their defense is extremely fast and big. They're well coached, and they do a nice job. So we're going to have to play well on offense and defense, but also rely on our special teams to create some field position.
As you're preparing to face either of the two quarterbacks at this point, are you varying the preparations? Is it any different at all for you?
I don't think they do dramatically different things based on the quarterback. They run a very similar offense. The quarterbacks themselves are a little bit different in that, Booty's more of a classic pocket passer, although they do move the pocket with bootleg stuff. But Sanchez is a little bit more, I think, creative when things break down. But again, they're running a similar attack that they've run. They have a multitude of tremendous tailbacks. They've got great receivers, got a great tight end. Really, one of the most viable threats receiving-wise is a tight end we'll see all year.
Take a look at those offensive numbers from over the weekend, Coach. I mean, how good is this offensive line right now?
Well, they're playing very, very well, and I certainly, numbers, statistics are a huge factor, although the biggest factor is just the wins and losses. They've allowed us to win the majority of the games that we played, and they're doing a great job protecting for the quarterback and also creating opportunities for the running lanes. So I think it's easy to say that at this point they're certainly on track to be one of the best, if not the best, offensive line group in Oregon football history.
And Jonathan, if you could say, I know it's the most carries he's ever had. He was really in a workhorse role. Your thoughts on what he's doing, and if he's a little bit better than a year ago?
Well, he's much better than a year ago. I mean, as I said, it's just his knowledge and understanding of this offense and his ability to help set up blocks and see and visualize running lanes and to recognize certain things is the big advantage. I think the other thing is that he's running with more thought to protecting the football and protecting himself. He's going to go out of bounds occasionally, which I endorse, and he's going to go down when the pile gets too big instead of sending up, letting people take shots at him. He's trying to make sure he's delivering blows rather than receiving them, and I think that's a great running back. Learns to do those things naturally, and he's learning to do those things naturally.
How about someone like Pflugrad stepping in, freshman, and been a part of this offense here?
Aaron did a tremendous job. I don't think anybody thought when we signed him that he'd be starting right now. He was third string coming the season. We're talking about redshirting him, and obviously because of injuries, we're at the point where he's starting and contributing. And he's as tough a kid as there is. He's not very big, and he's not the fastest, but he is tough, and he's got great hands. He's very intelligent football-wise, obviously coming from a football family, but I've been very pleased with what he's doing.
Andre Crenshaw seemed to get more into a rhythm and stronger as the game went on from when he started.
He's going to get better the more he plays. He's still somewhat of a rookie. Played sparingly last year. He's been more in mop-up roles, but again, last couple games he has seen a greater part of the action, and his ability to do the same things in terms of recognition and pad level and protecting his body and the ball will benefit every game from the experience of just playing and carrying the ball. And he's also a very, very good receiver out of the backfield. Okay, thanks, guys.